Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into a stack of material that promises to, well, pretty much overhaul your entire professional presence, specifically on LinkedIn.
Yeah, it really does.
Our mission today is to figure out how to transform your profile from, a dusty archive into a powerful broadcasting station.
Exactly. We're going way beyond the basic profile tips. This is about high-impact content strategy.
Right.
I mean, how do we stop blending into that endless scroll of corporate jargon? The sources we have promise some really specific, actionable strategies to turn a profile from a wallflower to a showstopper.
I love that phrase, a showstopper. Because for too long, I think people have treated LinkedIn as a chore, something you only update when you need a job. We're here to redefine it as a living, breathing asset. So we've synthesized this guide, and we're going to unpack it section by section.
And look, if you've ever felt that frustration, you spend an hour on a post and then crickets, then you are in the right place. And we want to hear from you right away. What has been your biggest LinkedIn frustration so far? Is it the lack of views, zero engagement? What is it? Let us know in the comments. We're trying to solve this together.
Okay, so let's get into the promise here. The source material is really clear on this. Consistently grabbing attention, landing interviews for roles you actually want, or attracting dream clients.
Yeah.
It says this is absolutely achievable.
It is. But first, we have to face what our source calls the shocking truth.
Okay, I'm ready.
The data is, well, it's brutal. It's a wake-up call. It says 90% of LinkedIn profiles get zero engagement.
Wait, say that again, 90?
90%. 9 out of 10 times you post something, it's basically invisible. Just wasted effort.
Wow. Okay, that explains a lot. It explains why the platform feels so discouraging for so many people.
It forces us to bust that old myth that LinkedIn is just a resume repository. If you treat it like a digital filing cabinet, the algorithm just completely ignores you. You have to reframe your thinking. LinkedIn is your personal broadcasting station. You are a media company of one.
A media company of one. I like that. And when you think that way, you start to achieve what the sources call personal brand magnetism.
Ooh, tell me more.
It's this idea where your content actively pulls opportunities towards you. So you feel like you're, and I quote, made of career gold. It's a shift from hunting for jobs to attracting them.
Precisely. And that's what the algorithm is built for. It rewards active engagement, consistent production. If you're just, updating your job title once a year, you're stuck in that 90%.
So how do we load that broadcasting station? Let's get strategic. The sources lay out 3 foundational pillars for what to share.
Okay, pillar number 1 is thought leadership bold. And this isn't just, reposting some article. It's about sharing genuine insights, predictions, trend analyses, showing you're looking ahead.
And it has to be far away from that lukewarm, generic, motivated Monday fluff, right?
Oh, absolutely. The sources use the phrase, hot takes that spark conversation.
Which is key, because if everyone agrees with you, your post is probably forgettable.
That's a critical point. And it's where a lot of professionals get a bit nervous. You have to be willing to engage in, constructive disagreement. If you share a prediction that goes against the grain, you force people to stop, read, and comment.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So pillar 2 is real stories, real impact. This is where authenticity really beats that polished corporate perfection. We need to show the whole journey. The wins, of course, but also the faceplants.
And this is where the human connection really happens. The research is clear. Audiences connect way more strongly with stories about struggle than with a perfect highlight reel.
Okay, but doesn't that feel risky? I mean, if I'm trying to establish myself as an expert, why would I highlight a failure? Like, hey, everyone, I bombed a huge client presentation.
See, it's all in the framing. A struggle story that shows growth is relatable content gold, not a career liability. The key is the resolution. The lesson, exactly. Don't just share the failure. Share the specific thing you learned that others can use. You're teaching through vulnerability.
Got it. Okay. And pillar 3, niche authority power. So stop trying to appeal to everyone.
Yes. The goal is to become the go-to expert in your little corner of the universe. The source has this great analogy. Targeted content beats generic advice like scissors beats paper. You want to be the person someone thinks of for a really specific, complex problem.
All right, so now we have the gold in our vault, our stories, our thought leadership. How do we get a scene? Let's talk engagement amplifiers.
Okay, this is where we get into what the algorithm really loves. Let's start with 2 key algorithm hacks. First, post when your audience is actually awake.
Right, not just Tuesday at 9 a.m. because you read it in a blog post somewhere.
Use your analytics. See when your people are online. And second, and this is maybe the most important part, use the first 3 lines of your post wisely.
Your billboard.
It's your billboard. The algorithm is literally watching to see if people click see more. If they don't, your post is dead in the water.
And speaking of things that kill a post, what about links?
Ah, yes. The pro tip, don't put an external link in the main body of the post.
What up?
LinkedIn wants to keep people on LinkedIn. The algorithm will suppress your reach. So you put the link in the first comment and just tell people in the post where to find it.
That one tip right there is a game changer. Okay, so beyond the post itself, there are the reciprocity rules.
Yes, you have to be an active community member. Meaningful commenting is crucial. And I mean more than just great post.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
It needs to actually add value. You know, add another data point, ask a smart question, or even offer a respectful counter-argument. The algorithm notices, and so do people.
Okay, so speaking of things that get noticed, visuals.
Oh, this one's huge. The data is undeniable. Video and carousels get 5 times more engagement than a simple text post.
5 times.
5 times. Because it reduces the cognitive load and it keeps people on the platform longer, which the algorithm absolutely loves. A carousel is basically just a little slide deck you upload as a PDF. It's perfect for how-to guides.
But that stuff can be intimidating to create. Which brings us to a question for you listening. What content format intimidates you the most right now? Is it making a video? Is it designing a sharp-looking carousel? Let's talk about those bottlenecks in the comments.
Okay, so let's zoom in on the post itself, the architecture of the writing.
It all starts with the headline. The sources give 3 formulas that just work. First, the curiosity gap. Something like, the one LinkedIn mistake costing you clients.
And you immediately think, is that me? Am I making that mistake?
Exactly. The second is the bold promise. How I 10x'd my engagement in 30 days. It's a clear return on investment for the reader's time.
And the third, my personal favorite, is the controversial take.
The spicy one.
The spicy one. Unpopular opinion, your entire marketing budget is a waste of money. That forces a click, even if it's just to argue with you.
And beyond the headline, the magic is in weaving the personal with the professional.
Right, you're humanizing the data. You circle back to that faceplant story. You bombed the presentation, and that's the hook. But the value is the professional lesson you learned about preparation or resilience.
So every post needs that structure. The guide lays out a mandatory 4-part flow.
Hook, that's your headline.
Context, which is the why you should care. Then value, the actual lesson. And finally, a call to action.
You have to tell them what to do next.
And the formatting tips are non-negotiable. Keep paragraphs super short, like 1 or 2 lines max. White space is your friend.
Use emojis sparingly, just to break up text. And add line breaks religiously.
Which all leads to the core writing principle, and this is so important. Write like you talk. If you wouldn't say it at coffee, don't type it on LinkedIn.
Get rid of synergy and leveraging best-in-class solutions.
Please, just delete them immediately.
Okay, we've built the post. Now, how do we know if it's working? It's time for measuring your impact with the 3-2-1 system. So we start with the hashtag 3 key metrics that actually matter. You need to focus on impressions, engagement rate, and profile views. And you need to explicitly ignore vanity likes from your mom's friends.
Right. Impressions tell you if you're being seen. Engagement tells you if people care. And profile views tell you if you're compelling enough to make them want to know more about you.
Then we have hashtag 2x optimization power. This is simple. Double down on what works.
So you look at your analytics every week.
Every single week. If carousels are crushing it, you make twice as many carousels. If your long-form articles are bombing, you pivot fast. The data doesn't lie.
And finally, the hashtag 1 new strategy principle. This one's about momentum.
You have to implement 1 new tactic today, not next week, today. Inertia is the enemy. Small actions build momentum and break you out of that 90% wall.
And to maintain that, there are 3 recurring tracking steps. Track your analytics weekly.
Adapt to new LinkedIn features. The platform always rewards early adopters.
And finally, test, learn, iterate, repeat. It's a constant cycle. So we're issuing a challenge. Which strategy will you try first? Comment below and hold yourself accountable. Declare your first step.
All right, we've covered a lot, but the source saves its most counterintuitive and effective tip for last, the ultimate bonus tip.
And it is gloriously meta. always talk about LinkedIn?
It works because, as the source puts it, there is nothing the algorithm loves more than itself.
Huh, so true.
You are creating content about the content delivery mechanism. So you write a post about the best LinkedIn strategies I saw this week, and you're essentially praising the platform.
You're feeding the machine, and the machine rewards you with more visibility.
It's self-awareness, or maybe it's just incredibly vain. But either way, you have to use it to your advantage. It is a genius high-return hack.
This has been a complete journey. We've laid out the roadmap from a zero engagement profile to achieving real brand magnetism.
You have the tools now. The difference between you and the other 90% is just taking that first step, moving away from the corporate fog and into that magnetic spotlight.
The knowledge is here. The path is clear. So what's your first move? Let everyone know in the comments below. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.